Look at the last election campaign. Look at the people in the streets. Look at the riots of a few years ago. This is a tinderbox, folks, and nobody is prepared because the next one isn't going to be the riots we saw in the early 2020s. It's not going to be the chaos we saw with the election campaign. No, the next one is likely to be the big one. It's what all the law enforcement agencies are afraid of. It's what the militias are afraid of. It's what the government is afraid of. It's what the Army, the National Reserve is afraid of, that the next one is going to be the pop-off to Civil War II. And when that happens, all hell breaks loose. So with this information on the full spectrum survival SHTF rectum scale,
Alrighty, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to our powers, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash, and giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught us this truth, that are constantly ruling well through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. A peace, mercy, and blessings to the beloved Akim that are out there pushing this word wholeheartedly in truth and in sincerity, that are not wavering to the left nor to the right, but constantly staying on that straight and narrow, fighting for your crowns in these last days that we are truly living in. Shalom to the few sisters, the Aguafs that are out there. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners, those that may look like the other nations, but their seed line goes back to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hearty Shalom. All right, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the Lord's elect. Okay, and jumping straight into this thing, as I played in the video before from Full Spectrum Survival, because he's pretty much making some interesting points concerning, 2024 U.S. election pretty much being suspended. He goes into the AI, okay, pretty much surveilling you, watching what you buy, going into these stores. All right, if you're buying too much camping gear, if you're buying too much toilet paper, if you're buying too much water, pretty much a dictator type of society, tyrannical society, which that's the type of society that is being built around us, okay, under the authority of these Edomites that want to rule over the whole world through technology, man, okay? And we're coming to the point where we're getting ready to see a complete change in the American society. And as we see the change come, it's going to happen through chaos and violence, all right, which would give the U.S. president the authority to stop, all right, the U.S. election through the means of what? Martial law, okay? And, as we speak on these things, now is the time more than ever for you to get your household in order and get your mind right, okay? Because this is the last call, all right? For what? Mercy. I want to start with Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. It says, "See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit." Okay, so more than ever, as we seeing, the Pesach is getting close. We got to examine ourselves. Matter of fact, let me get that as well. All right. Ecclesiasticus chapter 18, verse 20, "Before judgment, examine thyself, and in the day of visitation, thou shalt find mercy." All right. So what does it mean by examine thyself? It means to, scrutinize yourself, and any faults you see within yourself, you want to pretty much correct yourself, get yourself in order, man. All right, before the judge himself, which is Yahweh Shai, man. All right, because judgment is coming to the planet Earth. All right, and we want to be found without spot and blemish. This is why the Lord has given us grace and mercy to what? turn back with a repentful mindset, okay? Because what? Judgment is coming. All right, the beloved Apostle Tahar coined this year, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, which very well we can see Jacob's trouble happen during this year, okay, as things continuously keep coming out concerning what Bible prophecy, and that's why we're here for, to speak upon the words of Yahweh by Shem Abishai and give forth what? These warnings, man. But just know that these warnings will not always keep going out, okay? These warnings are limited, okay? And as these warnings are limited, you're going to have those wise virgins that are going to trim their lamp and keep themselves in the right mind frame. And you're going to have those foolish virgins that are pretty much going to not take it seriously and do their own thing, which is not doing the will of the Heavenly Father, okay? So now let me just play this real fast to hear some more what Full Spectrum has to say concerning the election, all right? And, let's jump into this thing because I have an article that I want to read, which is pretty lengthy, so Lord willing, you bear with me, Akim.
Morning about huge artificial intelligence driven misinformation and disinformation campaigns. Now, this could be something a little bit larger than even what they are alluding to. What we are starting to see is that maybe we have reached that point in AI where we're going to see the dissemination of information, deep fakes. We're going to see stuff come out to cover up the recent release of files that have been, proven to be the downfall of certain celebrity figures. We are going to maybe even see a little bit of chaos in the streets of the United States of America if what they can do will drive people into the streets. I started to see just a little bit of these videos, a little bit of what we're being warned about on social media. They were deep fakes of police officers, deep fakes of men in uniform attacking individuals across the USA. Now, these were pretty good deep fakes, and what we're starting, you can pick them apart just a little bit by some of the analysis that we're able to perform in-house too, because we have access to some of the deep fake making software.
Did you know you could be entitled to a 5 or
access to some of the deep fake making software? The majority of people, everybody right now who says there's nothing to worry about, nothing's going to happen, nothing ever happens, those are the people who are going to be fooled by what's coming out. It's going to have a lot to do with the election process.
Right. Those that say nothing is going to happen, they're going to be fooled. The reason why majority of the people are going to be fooled that have that mindset is because why? They don't believe. They don't believe that these words are faithful and true, okay? Let's get this real fast in the book of Romans, the 3rd chapter and the 3rd verse. It says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Yahweh forbid. Yet let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged," okay? So how are we going to overcome? Ultimately through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Abishai, okay? But also the Lord said what? Stand ye upon your watch, okay? Let's get this in the book of Luke chapter 21, and I believe it's the 35th verse, somewhere around there. All right, which, these scriptures are constantly on repeat, all right? This is Luke chapter 21, verse 33. It says, "Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. And take heed to yourself, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unaware." All right, because these are the people that don't think that things are going to transpire the way that we say, But this is why we constantly have to pay attention. All right, don't get caught up in your daily life. Don't get caught up in the situation that you're going through with your baby moms or you're going through at your job, and you having situations where you being in the flesh, and you just enjoying the festivities of the now, man. You should be constantly being absorbed by what's being brought out through the spirit, what's coming out in the news, and you should be constantly pretty much in the spirit, man, more than ever, man. Seeing that we are getting closer to the end of Esau's empire, all right? And things are getting harder, and the Lord is making things tighter, man. You should be watching daily, okay? As the scriptures say, hastening unto the coming day of our Lord Yahweh Shai, desiring the speediness of Yahweh Shai's return. That's what we all waiting for. We all waiting for Yahweh Shai to return, all right? And we want Yahweh Shai to return now, but everything is on the Lord's time. But we know that we closer than ever, all right? It says, for as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. All right, so you're supposed to be watching. All right, that's what we're supposed to be doing, watching. Okay, let's go back to this video.
It's going to have a lot to do with the election process. We are also going to see some calls for riots in the streets. Now, what the officials are going to say is that Russia and China are behind this, maybe even one of the proxy groups like Iran, maybe Yemen. Now, who is it really? Could this be one of the U.S.-driven things that really push us into that next stage of martial order? That we really don't know. All we know is I'm here to tell you guys, just be ultra aware. Know exactly what you see, know whether it's real or not. You have to use a little bit of your own personal discernment based on what you see as a likely progression of the events that are taking place. Don't look to the outliers. Now, we did see a recent...
Yep, so use your own discretion. Well, guess what? We got the upper hand because Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has given us the eye salve to see. He has given us understanding. He has given us prophecy, okay? So we very well was what we know was getting ready to come down the pike, okay? This is what gives us the upper hand above even these truthers, these lower level Edomites that have an idea of what's going on. And then we have a upper hand, especially above these average peons that are out here that are not paying attention, and they just consumed by the ways of the world, man. Ecclesiastes 8:5, whoso keepeth the commandments shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerning both time and judgment, okay? A wise man's heart discerning both time and judgment. So if you're a wise man, you very well should know what type of times that we are in, okay? And we're not in the time to be playing around, like Full Spectrum said, that this could be one of those American orchestrated events, which that's what we believe. Nothing different from 9/11, where Esau set up a false flag, destroying the Twin Towers through a demolition-style destruction, but blamed it on another nation, okay? This will be the same tech that these Edomites use if they do the same thing here in the year of 2024, okay? Blaming China, blaming Russia, blaming Yemen, blaming whoever they want to put as the culprit of a situation that is going to bring turmoil to the United States, which this will give them the green light to initiate the next phase of their plans. The scriptures say that we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, okay? Which, Full Spectrum also mentioned martial law troops being activated. Now, I want to read this article right here, which is dated Salakia. Honestly, I don't know the date of it, but it goes back to pretty much the time of Abraham Lincoln. So Salakia on that. But I'm going to read into this. It says Proclamation 113, 113. declaring martial law, and a further suspension of the right of habeas corpus in Kentucky. It says, whereas by a proclamation which was issued on the 15th day of April 1861, the President of the United States announced and declared that the laws of the United States had been for some time past and then were opposed in the execution thereof, obstructed in certain states therein mentioned by combinations too powerful to be suppressed by the ordinary courses of judicial proceedings or by the powers vested in the marshal by law. And whereas immediately after the issuing of the said proclamation, the land and naval forces of the United States were put into activity to suppress the said insurrection and rebellion. And whereas the Congress of the United States, by an act approved on the 3rd day of March 1863, did enact that during the said rebellion, the President of the United States, whenever in his judgment the public safety may require it, is authorized to suspend the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus in any case. So when you understand habeas corpus deals with that there will be no judicial trials. Say that you go and you do a crime and Esau arrests you, and then they take you to jail, and then you go to the judge. The judge determines how long you're gonna stay in jail, or whatever you're gonna have to deal with. All right, on their rulings. That's what habeas corpus. So under martial law, habeas corpus would get suspended. Okay, let's look up this word habeas corpus. It says a right requiring a person to be brought before a court. Literally, you should have the person in phase habeas corpus ad subjiciendum, which I believe this is Latin. In phase of habeas corpus, produce or have the persons to be subjected to examination, opening words of rights, Anglo French document to require a person to be brought before a court or judge, especially to determine if that person is being legally detained. Okay, so they're not going to have to give you reasons why they're legally detaining you once they suspend your constitution, once they enact martial law. All right, and they suspend that whole judiciary process. All right, they can hold you for as long as you want, and this is why they have been building concentration camps. Okay, they have been they have created the 10 FEMA regions. They have military movement that have been moving throughout the states of Babylon. They have put back into play the firing squad and the guillotines. So a lot of people don't know what's getting ready to come down the pike, all right, which is coming soon, all right? And we could very well see, again, Jacob's trouble during this year. Matter of fact, let me just grab that real fast. So I don't want to make this too long, but, let me just grab that, all right? Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Let's get this real fast, all right? Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right, so the he that shall be saved out of it, which will be the Lord's elect, all right, out of the children of Israel, okay? And the Lord knows the type of time and the difficulties and the situation that we're going to be in, where he's even going to have to send extra help in order to defend, all right, the Lord's elect, all right, in those trying times, all right? Daniel's 12:1. And at that time shall Micah Allah, he who is like the Most High, stand up, the great prince, which shall stand for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Okay. Now going back into the article, all right. So you will be held without trial, because they're going to suspend the right of habeas corpus throughout the United States or in any part thereof, and whereas in said insurrection and rebellion still continues. So mind you, that these are vague words: insurrection and rebellion. Insurrection is anybody rising up against the government. Same thing with rebellion. You're going against the order of the rulers. Okay, so there's going to be order through the chaos, which is going to come through problem, reaction, solution. Through these devils instituting the problem, creating a reaction, and then bringing forth a solution, which these solutions, which will lead you into what? You taking an RFID chip. You also being forced to join the military. That's what this article is going to go into. You having to join the military. And if you don't join the military, since they're going to have martial law enacted, they can put you to death if they choose to, if you choose to deny their orders. So it's going to be a lot of temptation and endangerment out here. It's going to be very hellish out in this world. And I'm not even speaking on all the rest of the things that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to release, you know? It says, whereas the said insurrection and rebellion still continue and endangering the existence of the Constitution and government of the United States, and whereas the military force of the United States are now actively engaged in suppressing the said insurrection and rebellion in various parts of the states where the said rebellion has been successful in obstructing the laws and public authorities, especially in the state of Virginia and Georgia. And whereas on the 15th day of September last, the President of the United States duly issued his proclamation wherein he declared that the privilege of the right of habeas should be suspended throughout the United States in the cases where, by the authority of the President of the United States, military, naval, and civil officers of the United States, or any of them, hold persons under their command or in their custodies, either as prisoners of war, spies, or alders, or abettors, which an abettor, let's look this word up real fast. An abettor is a person who encourages or assists someone to do something wrong, and particularly to commit a crime. Okay, so Esau can define anyone as an abettor. That's so-called saying that people should rise up, go out there, start riots, so on and so forth. You know, cause chaos. You know, and this is why, you know, the apostles say that when there's riots out there and you see people protesting, that we are not to be out there on the street corners prophesying. The Spirit is telling you that it's time to pack up shop, get up out of there, and get out of Dodge, because Esau uses these situations to lump you in as a problem to society, man. All right? They'll lump you into that word abettor. Esau has all these different words that Jake is not privy to in order to come up against you, you know? So it says, so let me start that over, right? So let me read it from right here. It says, the President of the United States, military, naval, and civil officers of the United States, or any of them, hold persons under their command. So they're telling you how they can hold you. It says, or in their custody, either as a prisoner of war, spies, or alder, or abettors of the enemy, or officers, soldiers, or seamen enrolled, or draft, or mustered, or enlisted. Okay? So people are going to get drafted and sent to fight in the next World War III, which World War III is rising. World War III is definitely rising. You just had the U.S. get involved because the Houthis that are funded through Iran, okay, they're stopping a lot of money from going to Israel, man, because they're making those ships have to travel through the Mediterranean Sea all the way around Africa, come up through the Red Sea, and most likely go through the Gulf of Aqaba in order to transport goods throughout those regions. All right, and especially to Israel, because there may be some type of trade route through the Gulf of Suez where they're not able to access because you have those Houthis that are pretty much causing problems in that area, man. So they just got bombed, you know? All right, so World War III is brewing up, man. Alongside with China preparing to take back Taiwan, Russia's already taken over Ukraine, okay? There's many battles on different fronts, you know? So things are going to continuously keep escalating. This is what we foresee and what we're bringing out through the Holy Spirit that Yahweh Shema Shai has given us according to what Bible prophecy, all right? The downfall of America is what is at hand. It says, the drafted or mustered or enlisted in or belonging to the land or naval forces of the United States, or as deserters therefrom, or otherwise amenable to military law, the rules and articles of war, or the rules of regulation prescribed for the military or naval service by authority of the President of the United States, or for resisting a draft, or for any other offense against the military or naval service. And whereas many citizens of the state of Kentucky have joined the forces of the insurgents, and such insurgents have on several occasions entered the said state of Kentucky in large force, and not without aid and comfort furnished by disaffected and disloyal citizens of the United States residing therein, have not only greatly disturbed the public peace, but have overborne the civil authorities and made flagrant civil war, destroying property and life in various parts of the state. So just like we always go into the book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, man, you know, I'm gonna grab a couple scriptures. I'm gonna close them out because I just want to just bring out these couple points. You know, these times that we are living in are heavy, man, through the Holy Spirit. All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15. Let me get straight to the point. 2nd Ezra 15 and 15. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. So you're going to have people that are going to rise up against the government. These things are going to take place. They're going to cause problems throughout the society, which Esau says is a great disturbance of peace. And it's going to be Esau that's going to make you cause that great disturbance of peace because of the draconian laws and measurements that he's going to push upon the people, which he's doing right now, to cause you to rise up and to cause a disturbance just so that way he can justify his evil doings by steamrolling you. with bringing forth martial law troops and allowing, again, as we've been speaking on, these funded military or these funded spies and sleeper cells that are being housed and be given privilege through coming through the borders, man, that they know that are here, these plants that are set up. So things is getting ready to go down, you know? So let me get this over here in the book of, not second Ezra, just read that. All right, let me go to book of Revelation, the third chapter, I believe. No, I'm sorry. It's the second chapter and maybe the 10th verse, all right? Things just to keep in mind. Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." Because some of us are going to be snatched up and tried and tested for our faith, okay? But as we get tried and tested, if we remain faithful, the Lord is going to give us a crown for not bending unto Esau, all right? Which majority of people, they're going to be overcome by Esau. They're going to bow down unto these Edomites, okay? They're going to take this man's mark. They're going to accept this man in order to save their life for the moment. So the elect are going to be willing to lose their life in order to receive the blessings from Yahweh Shai himself, all right, which is deliverance and being rewarded through maintaining your integrity. Galatians 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown, okay? So we have to remember to stay firm. The hour of temptation is coming to try everybody on the planet Earth, and those that be of the elect of Yahweh by Shema Shai are going to overcome Esau in his mark. So Lord willing, you have been edified, giving all praises and glory to Yahweh by Shema Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And with that, I want to say shalom.